It is time for one of our favorite segments. We haven't done it in a long time, but you can catch this every Wednesday in the Chalk Bomb email at the very bottom. In fact, our friend Joel Damon subscribes to the Chalk Bomb email, opens it weekly, scrolls to the bottom only for the section called Pontificate with Pat. Random thoughts from Pat. What goes through that brain of yours? So, Pat, you've got a few for us on tonight's DFS show.
Yeah,
we'll discuss. Tony,
yes.
feel free to chime in here too if you had.
I got a few. I may have thrown in some extras, and some of these have, or maybe all of them have been in the pontificates of the past. I tried to kind of take some highlights. I can't give away all the goods, DB, because I'm keeping a running list of future ones that I want to use.
Some people would want to know, how do you come up with your pontificates? How do you keep up with that?
The little notes app on your phone, and I have a little, I have that that I use on my phone, and I come up with them just randomly. Like sometimes it's in the middle of the night when I get up to go pee. Sometimes it's, I'm driving on the road and I notice something that's just drives me crazy. Traveling, a lot of things come to me when I'm traveling because I'm weird about a lot of things. And so traveling, being in new environments that I haven't been in a while, or something that's kind of off, like not part of my daily routine, that's where they come to me. So it's just all kinds of different things.
I'm sure we'll get some pontificates in a couple weeks when we go to the waste management.
Oh, we'll definitely get some there. The first one's this, and then it's just when I go do regular things and I don't understand why things work the way they do. This is one of them. I don't understand why it takes pharmacists so long to put pills in a bottle.
I agree. What the crap is wrong with that?
I mean, why can't they fill a bottle up right there and give it to you? You got to come back 2 hours later, or sometimes a day later.
That is ridiculous. I agree with that.
I don't understand. Now, I get that people could be ahead of you in line, but what are they doing? I don't know what's going on. I need to understand the pharmacist world a little bit better, but that's one of them.
If you're a pharmacist, comment on the show. Let us know.
We have a pharmacist in the shout out Evan in the.
I'm sure Evan's probably told us in the Discord, but
yeah.
You just count the pills, put it in the box, slap a label on it, put it in the counter, ring it up. It's done.
Yeah.
I could do that job in my sleep.
Yeah. I don't understand it. Here's another one. When you're going to do like a frozen pizza or anything frozen in your microwave or something, not a frozen pizza, because that you do in the oven, but either way, how the F am I supposed to tell how many watts my microwave is?
I don't know. I don't know that either.
I mean, I don't know. It's like, okay, you can only cook it. You cook it 4 minutes in a 1400 watt. You cook it this many minutes. I'm like, I don't know how many watts my microwave is. What? And how do I know? How do I find that out?
Isn't there a label though on the inside somewhere? I feel like I've seen
it. There should be a button that just says how many watts. Boom.
An information button.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah. There's always one of the long standing arguments between people in life is whether they like pineapples on top of their pizzas.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Huge pineapple on a pizza guy.
I'm not a pineapple. Well, maybe pineapple fans don't want pizza underneath their pineapples.
Oh, that's stupid. That's just stupid.
I may, as a pineapple lover, I don't want a pizza underneath there.
But you don't like pineapple on pizza?
No.
When's the last time you tried it?
It's been a while. You remember Mazzio's Pizza? In Augusta? You don't remember Mazzio's? It was over there, like on the corner where, like if you kind of near Augusta National, like where T-Bones is.
I don't remember.
There's a McDonald's there now, but there used to be, and there was a Fazoli's, I think.
Oh God, Fazoli's! I remember Fazoli's. I freaking love Fazoli's. Those free breadsticks. God dang it! Spaghetti and meatballs for like $7 with unlimited breadsticks when I was in high school. Oh
yeah,
it's to kill Fazoli's. I was wrecked when they tore that down.
Yeah, I got one more.
Okay.
This is a more recent one. I know you told me not to do a more recent one, but I had to do this one. Every single shaving commercial that's on there, when they do the slow motion of the razor coming across the whisker, it's like you see like the razor gets in there and the whisker raises and it cuts it, and it has this
Cuts
beautiful
like 5
graphic.
times, like
Yeah, and they're like, here's why you need the 6-blade razor. There's no way that's what that actually looks like in real life. But every single commercial, they do it the same way. It's like a perfectly
Yeah.
cut whisker.
Yeah, I need to see that in real life. I need to see a real
Yeah.
life slow-mo somehow, but I don't know how you get a camera. I don't know how you get a camera there. So then how do they know that?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I think it's a total fabrication. They make people think this is how a whisker is cut, and it's not cut that way, I don't think.
So we need a pharmacist and a razor person, maybe a razor salesperson or something that is out
Yeah.
there. Comment, let us know. Let us know.
Mhm.
Producer Tony said he has one. Also, producer Tony appears to be a pineapple on a pizza guy, which shout out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Little white pizza, some ricotta, pineapple, bacon.
Yeah.
I don't mind a white pizza. I just don't want pineapple in it.
So
I don't want fruit on many things. I don't like fruit on salads. I don't want a strawberry in my salad. I don't want an apple in my salad. I don't want
I
any
said
of that.
that. I like a good strawberry or mandarin orange and like a spring salad. It's very good. Some chicken.
So maybe something we can add to this, fellas, is what does Google say about Pat's pontifications?
Oh, that's good.
So obviously, yeah, you can. Most of the microwaves or an oven have the little sticker right on there that'll tell you the wattage. But if you're a little more fanatical, you can get a glass container, a measuring cup, and some ice cold water. And at 500 watts, and your water boils, when your water boils at 3.5 minutes, then that means you have 500 watts of wattage. You got 600, 750. There's different times and whatnot. So you do a little experiment. If you got kids out there, you can find out the wattage.
Yeah, you can do that on Instagram, Pat.
So the one that I have for you guys, and I was thinking about this. I was going to bring it up to you guys after the show, actually. So I didn't realize that you guys already had a bit about this. So this goes just perfectly. And maybe this is a little bit of a drunk idea, drunk thought, kind of.
Oh, that's another time when the pontificates come, by the way, going back to DB.
Yeah, and the drinks are flowing. So
Yeah.
I feel like this fits perfect. But I was driving with the wife the other night. We went out for a nice little date night, had some Italian, very, very good lasagna. And I was thinking, do you guys ever think about just the infrastructure of roads and just how much concrete, highway, cars have been around for 125 years, maybe a little bit more, whatever it is. Yeah. And the fact that there are just so many miles of road.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking the US, but you can go the whole world.
Yeah. You know what I think about sometimes? I think about like what's under stuff. I go to this gym that's actually a part of a church. And when I go, I always shower afterwards. I do a hot steam, and I take a cold shower. I'm Joe Roganing myself to get better health or whatever. And I was in the shower, and I'm looking at the drain, and all of a sudden my brain pops up and just goes, man, imagine all the stuff under this big old church. It's one of those like big mega church things with everything you can imagine in it. And I'm just thinking about all that's under the ground. You ever think about that? I always think of like infrastructure underground. Like, man, if you just rip the top layer of this thing off, there's like internet under there, and there's old road, and there's pipes full of shit under there, and just crazy stuff under us.
Well, then you think about that, and then if you're a little fanatical in the brain like me, you go into the sci-fi world where, okay, one of these pipes leads down to the underground sewage drainage, and then you're walking through that, and then that leads to like Narnia or something like that. And there's just whole other universe that's out there just because you were taking a shower at the gym.
Go ahead. See, I think about kind of like when you're along those lines, sort of like they're building a big new gas station complex down the street from where I live, and they've just been tearing down these woods, and it's a lot of woods. And I think about, like, there's pieces of this woods where not a single person has ever walked on the face of the earth all this time. Nobody walked on this spot in the woods. And then I think about, like, what do they find in there? I mean, what if they found like a Coke can from 1948 in there or something? You know, like, what if they found a Miller Lite can from 1965? Like, what are they finding when they're tearing all those woods down that nobody's in, because there was nothing there before? I'm always interested to know, like, what are they finding in there? You know,
if there was no one there before, then there would be nothing there now, right?
Let's not. Okay, all right.
Semantics.
Semantics. But maybe somebody walked through there and they dropped a Coke can. Okay, like, I don't know, because they're dense woods is what I'm talking about. But so somebody probably was in there on Earth.
I'm gonna steer us off the cliff here before we go, because I had this thought the other day, and now I've already kind of started to talk about it. But so at this church, right, there's a lot of old people, and there's young people, but there's also a lot of old people that work out at this thing. And listen, if you go to a real gym, like a big gym that's only a gym, and you want to walk around naked in the locker room, whatever. But to me, and I don't attend this church, but I'm sorry, like, if I look at some of these guys, I'm like, that guy is 100% like an usher or a deacon or something. You know, he walks by and he passes the plate or whatever he does. He takes you to your seat, or you come in late, he finds a seat for you, whatever. He passes you a thing, a pamphlet. If you are that man and you do that in the church, you should not be allowed to be in the locker room and let your dusty cock and balls hang out all over the locker room. Because if I attend that church and I see you in there, then I can't help. But every time you pass down the aisle and I'm trying to, get a brochure on something, and I look up and there you are. And then my mind just goes to seeing your dusty old balls 48 hours ago in the gym. You should not be allowed to do that. If you have a public position at church, you should not be allowed to walk around naked in the locker room.
I don't think anybody should be able to walk around naked in a locker room, to be honest. Like, I think that's an old person thing. They do that, and it's just they let it all hang out walking through.
It's unbelievable. I'm like, what?
Yeah. I think new age people like us, even though I'm 46 years old, like,
but do you think that that you hit a point though in your age, in your life, where you just go, F it, I don't care, and you do?
I don't know, maybe so.
Does that come
By
later?
the way, that's another thing. When you get older, I realized this. I thought all year I was 45, and then I started doing the math today, and I was like calculating, and I was like, oh wait, I'm 46. I told somebody the other day I was 45, and then I started thinking about it, and I was like, wait a second. No, I'm 46.
Dang, you got to be 47 in March. Oh God. All right.
I do think there's a cutoff age for that though, because I'm 35, and when I was in high school, we'd have gym class and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, do I just drop trowel and just get naked and shower, or do I stink the rest of the day? Because there was one year I had gym class at like 9:30 in the morning, so I had class all the rest of the day. But I think we got 3 different age groups here: 35, 40, and 45, 6 or 7. With Pat. So I think that cutoff line for you're just naked and you walk around in the gym shower or whatever, I think that's getting pushed back. Or let me go that way so the camera gets it. But it's just getting pushed further and further, where people in their maybe 50s, 60s, that was just the norm. But I don't think that's, for a certain age group, I think there's a cutoff there.
Yeah, you're probably right. I just don't, I just sit there and think about, like, literally tomorrow, if I'm there on a Tuesday and you got a Wednesday night service, like the next day I could see the same dude that I had to sit there and watch, walk around the locker room. I could see him smiling and giving me a pamphlet about a men's conference. And I just can't, I need you to not do that. If that's you,
just visualize him as big pair of balls. That's all you see. It's not even a person.
Yeah. Or if you play the cajon in an acoustic, men's quartet, or you're the, I just can't, you're the announcement guy. If you are on stage or you are serving the people in the church, you are not allowed to do that. You just can't do it. You have to forfeit your rights to be able to do that when you sign up and volunteer. You have to sign a thing that says, I promise I will not, show myself in the locker room.
The balls.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Well, this one went off the cliff for sure.